thing is, those cars aren't cheap. Most of these cars on this list are under 20 grand.
That's true.
A lot of American cars are not under 20 grand.
Yeah,
and that's probably one reason why the younger generation is preferring to buy the foreign cars because we can't afford it.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, the average 18-year-old that's really super into cars, what are they looking for? A car that's under 20 grand, something they couldn't hook up easily and put a sound system in. Tell me an American car that you can do that to.
And
that looks nice.
And one last thing, gas mileage.
I can't think of one, Nelly. Other than the Focus, but...
The Focus?
That's the only one I can think of.
SRT4s.
Well, they're not under 20 grand anymore. Not the caliber anymore.
No, well, not the caliber, yeah.
Fail.
Yeah.
Anyway, the things you said, the top 3 cars from that list are the Scion TC, the Lancer, and the Honda Civic.
And what do they have in common? Everything that I just said.
They're under 20 grand. They're easy to do stuff to, and people want them.
Yep.
Which is crazy. I mean, Yahoo has a couple American cars up here that they would prefer, which is the Fiesta and the Cruze, Chevy Cruze. But I don't think they're at the level yet. The Cruze is brand new. It replaced the Cobalt, and the Fiesta is brand new. It doesn't replace anything. It's just a brand new car. But they're not very cool. I mean, they get 40 miles a gallon. They look kind of cool, but...
I can see some people getting the Fiesta simply because it kind of resembles the Golf.
You think so?
And
it's the American version?
Exactly. Lots of people like to do things to the Golf, which I never found very interesting, but you never know. To each their own.
Actually, the top brands for the Gen Y buyers, number 1, Scion.
Is that a shocker? No.
Not at all.
Not really.
Not at all.
Number 2, Mitsubishi. I actually own quite a bit of them. I'm sorry. Fail. Right there.
Number 3, we got Mazda. Number 4, Nissan.
Number 5, Volkswagen. Number 6, Kia. Hyundai is 7. Number 8 is Honda. Number 9 is Toyota, and number 10 is Subaru. I would think Subaru would be up.
They're expensive.
I know they're expensive.
You would think Honda would be higher on that list too.
You would,
That's
too.
Because of the Civics.
Yeah,
That's true.
You would definitely think so. But I'm surprised that Scion is number 1. But what surprises me is that you got Kia and Hyundai on that list.
Yo, Kia
and Honda, they've actually stepped their game up a lot, which is really, really cool.
Kia is just because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Same with Hyundai.
And there's also a top list for the actual models for our generation. Number 1, you have the Scion TC. 2, the Lancer. 3, the Civic. 4, you got the Yaris. I don't know that.
Why?
I don't know.
I like Toyota, but the Yaris.
If you look at that list, it's the cheapest one on the list at $13,000. Also, you got Ford. You have an American car on this list. Ford Focus. You got the Scion XD, the Volkswagen GLI, the Impreza from Subaru, the Kia Forte, and rounded out is the Corolla. So, do you guys agree with that list, Nelly? Do you agree that...
I believe those cars should be there. The order is arguable, but...
You have any honorable mentions?
Nah.
Jordan? Any car you believe should be on this list for our generation? Or if you had to pick one that we should be buying, younger generation...
That's under 20 grand.
Honda Civic Si, honestly.
I mean,
it's already there.
It's number 3.
Well, I mean, that should be number 1, but other than that, yeah, I really honestly don't have any argumentation over any of that.
Yeah, I wish the Mustang was up there, but it's not that cheap.
It's not a cheap car.
Not a cheap car. So we can't bring it up. It's not like we're knocking the Mustang. The Mustang's a great car.
Well, we love the Mustang actually.
Yeah. But anyway, we all started talking about what car we would like to pick for our favorite car from Nissan. There were some options on the Skyline, but the Skyline was never actually released here in America.
It only comes as a kit car, so we kind of took that off of our list.
Yeah, sorry guys. But my pick, and I think you guys will agree with me, was the 300ZX.
That's a fun car to drive, actually.
I'm talking about the generation from 1990 to 1996, where it kind of looks like a DeLorean.
Without the flux capacitor.
Nah, but you got two turbos. You got 2 turbos pushing out right around 300 horsepower. In 1990, you get a car at 300 horsepower. That's a lot. That's still a lot.
That's still a lot today.
So they were really, really good to actually drive.
Yep.
Did you ever get a chance to drive one?
Yeah, I drove my bosses.
How did it?
Oh my god, like a beast.
And then it broke.
Yeah, they
do break, but yeah, no, they're really fun. Don't boost it way too much though.
Yeah,
whatever you do,
they're glass.
They're glass. Exactly.
But the actual Z series has been around for Nissan with Datsun, and I think that's actually a big reason why they're still here, because of the sales of the Fair Ladies and all that. And
that's because Fair Ladies and the whole Z series just has a lot of history that comes along with it.
Yeah, and they don't make bad cars. I don't think there's ever been a terrible Z car.
I mean, that nice dashes, nice seats. You would be able to fit in it, Phil.
I have.
I know.
I've driven one, but I haven't driven a turbo one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, it's okay.
So
they're fun to drive.
Our pick would be the 1990 to 1996 300ZX. They're actually still expensive too.
They are. Yeah. Good luck finding one, you guys. And actually, we're gonna end our review company spotlight car, the Murano.
Nissan Murano, 2011 Nissan Murano. It's got some new styling stuff. Nelly, what do you think about this one?
I think that it's bad that they all come with the CVT transmission.
You know, you actually think that, but CVT is actually really, really, really neat. Now, is it the most car enthusiast thing to have? No, but it is overall fully functional for a lot of things. Gas mileage, it's easier on engines, it's a good thing to have.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's
very expensive to have, and that's what I think Nelly was getting at here.
Yes,
because
you don't get an option to not have the CVT.
Yeah, prices range from $29,000 all the way up to $38,000, and I would think at least the you could opt to have the regular transmission, because I would think it's a new technology, so it's expensive to work on, especially if something goes wrong. Well, you need somebody's specialty to work on it, right?
Well, kind of what they're hoping, though, is to get it out there. Hopefully more companies will buy into it. And you know what? If we get CVT out there more often, then it's going to be something that's more common.
Yep. Now, this review is actually from Edmunds.com. Some of the pros that they say is that it's got a very spacious back seat. It's very responsive. It's got good steering. And it's user-friendly. It doesn't have crazy controls that you won't know how to use. Now, the Murano came out in, I think, 2003? It's kind of one of the first crossovers. Or 2003 or 2004, one of the first crossovers. And it hasn't really changed that much.
No.
Styling. Do you think that it still has that wow factor, Nelly?
No, it still has... But it does have... It's boring, but it still has that Nissan signature where it looks like a leaf in the back. Like, literally a leaf in the back. It has that pointiness in the back. But I mean, that's as far as Nissan style goes.
Yeah, you're right.
And actually, we got a couple models that you can get different stuff. The SV, you can get up to 18 city and 23 highway miles per gallon, and it's all-wheel drive.
That's not good.
That's bad.
That's not that good.
No, I'm saying that's horrible.
Yeah,
like
the last week we reviewed the Explorer.
Yes,
the Explorer had more horsepower, seated more, and it got better gas mileage, and it was cheaper.
Yep.
But this is a Nissan. They have all the way up to the LE, which is around $38,000. It's got a DVD player, nav. It's got a side curtain, airbags, iPod stuff, all that stuff.
But that's almost like a whole $10,000 more for things that you can put in
separately.
Yeah, just use your phone and add some apps on it, and there you go.
Is it worth it?
For $10,000 more for those extra things, no. For just baseline 29, still no.
Yep, it's still got a 3.5 liter V6 that the Maxima has.
Yep.
Just kind of slightly tuned down.
Good sound.
It's got about 260 horsepower, 240 foot-pounds of torque. You know, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of indifferent on this one.
I don't think it's the best bang for your buck.
It's not.
I don't think. I think a couple of other ones we actually talked about were a little bit better.
I think I'd much rather have the Citadel.
The Dodge
than that.
Now, what we're actually going to be doing is after our first season here, we're going to be comparing all of the vehicles we actually reviewed, and we're doing SUVs first. So with Nelly here, I'm just telling you here, this is what we're going to be doing, and we'll kind of pick out the best out of the best that we review, and then you guys can kind of go on your own. But with that said, this is actually going to be the end of our episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Nelly, for being a part of our show.
Yes,
not a problem.
We look forward to doing more episodes with you. If you guys had any questions or suggestions, you can go to our Facebook page at just search Backseat Drivers Podcast. Also, we are now on iTunes. Search Backseat Drivers Podcast. Also, we have our own website at backseatdrivers.podbean. That's with an N.com. So please get out there. Tell all your friends if you're into cars, if you're into anything about cars, listen to our show. Again, just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next week, who we're going to be reviewing, Nelly? What do you want to do?
Toyota
Oh,
Toyota.
But that's two.
You can't do two Japs.
No.
Let's go.
All right, Volkswagen.
All right.
Multi.
We'll do Volkswagen next week, guys. So tune in next week for Volkswagen. Again, this is Backseat Drivers. I'm your host, Phil.
I'm your host, Jordan.
And I'm Nelly.
Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, guys.
Peace.